This here is Backwoods Billy coming to you from the beautiful Delmarva Eastern Shore with my special guest host, Snuggies Pogo. Anyway, Snuggies likes to jump a lot, chase butterflies and run around, chase rabbits, right? Anyway, we're going to be judging the Banana Bread by Wells. They also make the Young's Double Chocolate Stout, which is an oatmeal stout, which I already reviewed. This basically has real bananas in it as well as artificial flavoring. It's a family-owned independent brewery out of the UK. Let me read you this real quick. 5.2% alcohol by volume. Long ago, ale was known as liquid bread. We've discussed this before about it actually being earthen. We used our long history of creating the finest malts and blends. We added fair trade bananas and awakened the senses with a seriously fruity, rich, yet surprisingly versatile banana bread beer. Made with our own natural mineral water and fair trade bananas, tempting banana-y aromas and flavors are balanced by the silky richness of our masterful malt blended in peppery spices of the finest, ripest hops. Again, UK hops tend to be either earthy or peppery. That's that. And one of the things you can do, this drinks well by itself. My one thing to that would be, another good idea besides banana bread is banana nut bread. You could add actual nuts, which is an interesting thing to do in my opinion. This is their chocolate ale, which I reviewed before. It's a double chocolate. It has real chocolate in it, cocoa nibs, and oatmeal. Oatmeal gives you mouth flavor. Same 5.2% alcohol by volume, and they're both product of England, brewed and bottled by Charles Wells in Bedford, UK. And it's imported by Blinkus Marketing Incorporated in Texas. Real chocolate, real bananas. Now, you can serve this in a brandy glass, a dessert glass, a wine goblet. I'm going to start off with banana because we've done the chocolate before. Snug, you need to sit still. Come here. Too hyper. Anyway. Snugs, calm down. You'll get some in a minute. Calm. Calm. Calm, Snuggies. Do our pour. Now I'm not going to do a whole glass of this, but I'm going to do a partial. I'm going to show you something that's kind of interesting. Because there's some gnats out here. You know, we're in almost the middle of April. We were 55 today, or they were like 70. We've had rain all week before that. We're going down to 30s tonight. But it's like the color of cream soda. Like a golden amber color. So the same as you can imagine a cream soda. The head retention is not going to be, great because there is artificial flavoring with the natural flavoring with this. You get a bready, doughy, and bananas, which is exactly what it says that it is. And the sweetness in the malts, and the bananas, of course, and possibly the artificial flavoring as well. It tastes like banana bread, dead on. Sweet, and it does have a slight pepper, very hard to pick that up at the end of it. You can also get a slight grassy to it, but very, very subtle. This, right here, is a nice smoke coming out of there. These are 1 pint, 0.09 ounces, US ounces. They're $3.99 to $4.99, some places $5.99 each, depending where you buy them. So I'm going to pour this one, which is the chocolate one. This is an English style pub glass. This is the big goblet. And now this, as you can see, has a nice head to it. I pour it. We get a real nice, thick, fluffy head. The color of this is very dark, like Coca-Cola. Rich chocolate. You get slight coffee notes to it. A little bit of doughiness to it, and it's got oatmeal, so it's going to have a heavier mouthfeel. This is going to have a medium mouthfeel. It tastes like a chocolate milkshake for adults. This is my favorite stout bar none. And then Storm Pants by Union in Baltimore.
Snow Pants.
Oh, sorry, Snow Pants. I was Snow Pants by Union Brewing in Baltimore. And then Dominion has Oak Barrel Stout is my third favorite stout. And stouts are my favorite thing, but if I judge an IP, judge against IPAs. Now, what you can do with this is instantly add the two together. And what you do is you create a dessert in a glass. You get the chocolate, the doughiness, a little bit nutty with this as well. Chocolate, a little bit of coffee, but mainly chocolate. Breadiness, and it's good because you're combining the banana with the chocolate. You're creating your own dessert. Now, Snugs is very excited to try this. Now, come here, she's a very young beagle, as you can see. If I have to have her on a leash because when she got loose one time, she ran about 900 feet to the neighbor's property, and their drive's about, what, 1,500, 2,000 feet back. She ran all the way back to the end of the drive. They're driving and came all the way back out here like a bat out of hell and then ran back to our thing. I'm getting ready to go get her. By the time my slow butt got to the end of our drive, she was back. But you have to worry because there are animals back here. You have to worry about there. I haven't seen any, but the one neighbor has them on the game camera, coyotes, and there are snakes. And she's very much into exploring.
She loves the butterflies.
She likes butterflies. She'll take her time chasing butterflies and everything on the ground. Right, Snugs? Very hyper. Come here. Now, I do want to share a couple things real quick outside of the beer, but related to the beer. Anybody that's ever been to Manhattan or worked in a business that dealt with people from Manhattan, this is from the New Yorker magazine, March 28, 2016. It's an easy drinking water that evokes earthy wood with aromatic notes of brass. So basically the water cooler right there. So I thought that was kind of funny how the craft beer industry is having all these different things. Now they got the thing about the water. One more thing real quick. My wife, Marcia, her Vogue's a big, thick spring edition. Look at the fashions in here. You got the very wide, not even real denim, but freaking nylon looking shit. With the white handbag. Look at the shoes. And then if you look at some of the front, of these are very 70s oriented clothes. So that's coming back in style. Now realize economics dictates people's how they feel, which dictates fashion, etc., etc., etc. Just want to get into that. So you're going to actually probably see we're in what I consider to be a bear market rally. You probably see a slight collapse of that. China devalued their currency. What's going to do with beer? The craft beer industry has been on a big tear lately. I think it may actually continue to do well because people will use it as something they can do if they can't afford something else. They'll still drink because you can buy a beer or two or a six-pack, not a big luxury. But I don't think it's going to be on the big tear that it was on. It won't do as well as it's been. So there may be some correction in that market. Some of the people are coming out 50 million beers. But anyway, in my opinion, if anybody hasn't tried a stout, try it. You'll probably like this. It's not super sweet. Combining the two of these together is, it just makes another drink. You get a banana chocolate, like you would do a milkshake or a split banana.
Dirty banana.
Dirty banana, well, similar, yeah. And it's interesting. So you can do stuff like combine it, have fun with the beer. This stuff you have to drink with a brandy sniffer or use this particular glass. That's fine. There's certain reasons for certain glasses. Other things are just bullshit. This type of glass will form an actual better head because of the way the bulb is. And an IPA glass, the way it's shaped, typically allows you to better whiff the aroma. But a brandy sniffer would do that as well. Same with this. The way it's shaped, you get a whiff of the aroma. And it's bigger. So it's kind of like a dessert. Another thing is the old 44 ounce, which I have somewhere, the German, not the Stein, the beer mugs. I'm going to just buy them, break down and buy one at Boscos. But they're like $4 or $5, something like that. You don't see that many people doing them around here anymore. People used to. The idea is mainly Americans drink too much. And the big problem with a lot of these farms that are set up in microbreweries that are now craft beer things, neighborhoods complain because they see people that are rowdy and drunk. And in Chrisfield, which I have to freaking laugh at, what's the name of the brewery?
Chesapeake Brewing.
Chesapeake Brewing. The Chrisfield is trying to lure people here. By the way, their town, I'm letting anybody know this, we're in a rural area outside of Chrisfield. But anybody wants to know something, whoever you hired for your town manager should be somebody that has been in the financial industry, should have a law degree, a business degree, economics degree. Whoever you hire is an idiot. Whoever's been it before is an idiot, and whoever's in charge is an idiot, because they're all inbred. If you look at where it's Smith, I'm going to say what's the truth. You look at the islands, and they're happy at the fact that they have not intermingled with anybody else outside the two islands, Smith and Tangier. What the F is that? I mean, I'm going to say it like it is. I mean, at some point, your gene pool is shallow. Anybody that doesn't get that...
Now they're worried that their way of life is going to deplete.
Yeah, of course it's going to deplete, because you're freaking inbred beyond belief. Ever see, what was the one movie with the hillbillies that were inbred and were eating people? It reminds me of that. But, I mean, they're trying to give a new town, and the town is falling down. Parts of it are charming. They have a tour ship that comes in, like a cruise boat, an actual big cruise ship, and the town closes down at 8 o'clock. And they don't want to have a neon sign, they want flags. And if you go right down the road to Virginia, Chincoteague, which we're actually opposite, that's on the ocean side, we're on the bay side. You're right down Virginia, Chincoteague. Am I right or wrong in this? That was a #2, now #1 small seaside town. It's most charming. It's in like big magazines, Southern Living, Coastal Style. It's been all these big magazines to go there. Take a note from them. I'm just saying, I'm going to put this in there.
Battery.
And modernize your town. And if you got a brewery that's doing business, by the way, they thought it was, attracting the right kind, $5 a beer, nobody's going to get drunk. Anyway, might want to look at your American, was it the Legion, or more people probably, it's the only other bar in town. I doubt people getting drunk there either, but I'd be more worried about that than that. But anyway, what they're doing makes no sense, and unless you're inbred and connected, I'm going to say it like it is. Or you have somebody that can pull federal juice on these people, understand what the law is, and how to manipulate around, you're not going to roll over them. But anyway, I was a little upset when I saw it. They try to squeeze them out. And here's the funny thing. Their beer this year is the official beer of the Naval Academy, U.S. Naval Academy Annapolis. They were lured to Annapolis to open their brewery up there, and these stupid inbred hillbillies didn't have the genius to understand it. This is going to draw people with money down here. To have your prison being your highest paid job and the second highest paid being McDonald's, I mean, come on now. I mean, if you get industry, that's going to get you things. They got condominiums they can't sell. I'll tell you your plan for free. Lure in a big business that can train people or bring people in with money that you can then have a medical building, a professional is going to house lawyers, doctors, financial planners, CPAs, more than one CPA, by the way. That's not somebody that years ago, his great-granddaddy was governor of Maryland. I'm going to say it like it was, and somehow that makes them, all right, off that subject. The beer, the banana bread, it's only my personal pitch on that. Hopefully they see it. Good beer from England. The double chocolate, my favorite stout, and mixing the two of these. When you use an artificial flavor, you do sometimes lose head retention and lacing ability. Where this, if I poured it higher, you'll see an actual awesome head to this, and it has nice lacing to it. But a lot of these artificial flavorings have glycerin, and glycerin reduces the head retention and the ability to hold the lacing. But it creates the flavor to it. So, in my opinion, I don't like rating 1 to 10 or 1 to 5. It's bullshit. This beer hits every note it was supposed to be. It tastes like banana bread. This hits every note. It's a chocolate stout. Combining the two of them makes a nice dessert. Backwoods Billy, 2 thumbs up. And as you can see, our flocks, which we haven't planted yet in over a week, needs to be planted. We got it for the chickens. But anyway, rock and roll. And thanks for listening to my bitch session about a little town not too far from here. I have to laugh when I hear they're planning, and they were trying to raise what, $30,000? I mean, that's not even a fucking Harley Davidson. Jesus God. Anyway, thanks for your time. If you want to forward a video, have a great day.